Good evening. Thanks, Rich. Good evening, Mom and Dad. So, as my brother said, I'm Jeff Spugnardi, and other than bartender, staff, priest, I may be the only male not in the industry, but I'm proud my father was. So, two topics applicable tonight to my father, and an anecdote that I've tried to live through my life is this concept called safe is risky, and risky is safe. And so, if we think about an anecdote that we're all familiar with, if you're opening up an ice cream store, you have two options. One is open up a Baskin-Robbins or open up a Cold Stone Creamery. And a Baskin-Robbins is safe because it's old, it's classic, everyone's heard of it, but that's actually risky because Cold Stone Creamery would seem like the risky bet, but it's an event, and if we have one near our house, it's always packed. People are old, people are willing to spend $12 on ice cream, and it's just an interesting place to do the risky bet. And so in '78, when my father was looking and interviewing for this place, it must have been very risky at the time because Hubble Lighting, Fortune 1000 firm, huge company. We have a nice place in Blacksburg, Virginia, and it seems like Hubble's a safe place. And here you're in this, going to this tiny company that has meetings in phone booths, and it's a Fortune 1 million company. So it would probably seem like a risky play. But really, that risky play was safe because sometimes small firms allow great people to become exceptional and create a lot of value. And so I'm glad you took that big risk, taking this jump in '78 and coming to a firm that's created a lot of value and grown and done very well. And then I think the second bet we've alluded to some anecdotes, what happened in that mystical summer of '87 when the safe play would probably be continue on and drive on, and there's a pretty good firm, DLA is growing well, but it's just not jumping the curve, it's not going to something bigger. And so whether a coup is bloody or bloodless, it's very risky. And won't really get into too many details, but anytime there's a coup, that's very risky. And you can talk about events that are on the Washington Post every day in the Middle East, or events in corporate America. It's pretty risky to do a corporate coup, but that was a safe play. Because once you did that, and once the partners agreed that DLA is going to take the next level, as Mr. Key mentioned, it went from here to beyond. So great call, making a bold move, and sometimes that's for the exceptional. And that was a great call. I appreciate that very much, taking the next thing, and you've made the company grow. You've done a lot for that firm. And then the second anecdote that I like to live by is this concept called think digital and act analog. So if anyone would have bet that Dick Spugnardi would be showing me his iPad before this, checking his email, talking about Facebook, and then showing me the Weather Channel on an iPad, that's all true. He really did all those things. And that's shocking. But it seems like a lot of people in industry, whether it's this industry or the industry I come from, it's pretty easy to fall back on just a digital life and think digitally and then act digitally. And you will never act digitally. You are acting analog as it gets. I don't know anyone who would introduce everyone by alpha order at the top of this meeting. Everyone. And I really like how you realize technology could add value, but it's actually being on site and acting analog and having people over, random guests, whether we're in Blacksburg or in our old house in Pennsylvania. These people, some of you here were house guests of ours, and that's completely acting analog and getting to know people, getting to know customers, suppliers, distributors, contractors. That's a lost art, and you've perfected that lost art, and you've acted analog in a very good way. So I'd like to say thank you, congratulations, and as has been said before, hit the drives, whether you're using Mom's driver or yours. Hit the driver long and straight. Thank you.